Hey guys, my name is Bando, this is Brexit Bando, and we've had a bit of a spicy leak. That is well, not the entire thing. Someone's got the rulebook early and they are posting screenshots. So I'm going to go through the army list for the Space Marines in Horus Heresy version 3, and you'll see there are some spicy differences here. So starting up with our High Command, we have a Praetor in Terminator armor, and a Praetor in Saturnine Terminator armor. So it looks like we have gone back to just having Terminator armor be a thing, where you then select which one you want. That's a good thing, I quite like that. Then we come down into the command section, where we have quite a bit missing. But yeah, so we have Centurion and Centurion in Terminator armor. Not expecting to not see those. The Opatai, which is the junior officer, the kind of veteran sergeant style mini HQ, which came in, I believe, the Siege of Cathonia, but I'm probably wrong with that. It came in one of the extra books. Then we have the Damocles Command Rhino, the Librarian, the Legion Champion, the Vigilator, Esoterist, Master of Signals, Praevian, Moritat, Siegebreaker, Overseer, Herald, and Chaplain. Well, we're missing a few there. There's no Forge Lord, no Delegatus, no Primus Medicae. I'm sure there's others I'm missing there as well. But yeah, there's several that are missing there, and the only kind of explanation I can possibly think is that you've got to buy something else to get them. So, I don't know what, because, well, frankly, none of those would really upgrade, would they? So that's really interesting. Next up, we have the retinues. You have the Praetorian Command Squad. Ooh, wrong screen, sorry. The Praetorian Command Squad. The Praetorian Command Squad with jump packs. Now, that's a bit weird. If we're going back to just having Terminator and be selectable, why is the one with jump packs changed there? So, unless that's wildly different, the two different squads here, I'm not sure why that would even be a thing. Centurion Command Squad, no Centurion Command Squad with jump packs, which is rather annoying, unless they're a selectable item, we don't know. Then we go back to having separate entries for the Tartarus Command Squad and the Cataphracti Command Squad. So consistency, like always with Games Workshop, seems to have gone out of the window. Into our elites, we have the Veteran Tactical Squad, which we've already known about. Then the Veteran Assault Squad, which is rather interesting. The Seeker Squad has survived, and then into Heavy Assault we have the Cataphracti Terminator Squad, the Tartarus Terminator Squad, and the Saturnine Terminator Squad. Down into troops, we are greeted by the familiar sight of the Tactical Squad, the Despoiler Squad, the Assault Squad, and the Breacher Squad, so that's all nice to see that they're still there. The Tactical Support Squad, however, has moved over into the Support slot, along with the Heavy Support Squad, Rapier Batteries, Apothecaries, Tech Marines, the Death Storm Drop Pod, and the Arachne Quad Accelerator Platform. That's a little annoying. A lot of us like to take, a lot of Apothecaries. We like to take Heavy Support squads, etc. So this support section is going to be kind of like the old elite slots were. There's going to be a lot of jostling for where and what we're getting in here, and lots of weird army lists built just so you can maximize the amount of these things, I think. Onto the war engines, we have the Contemptor Dreadnought, the Deradreo Dreadnought, the Leviathan, and the Saturnine Dreadnought. Fret not, my little boxy Dreadnought lovers, they should be contained within the Legacies PDF. Then transports, we have the Drop Pod, we have the Rhino, and just Termite. It's no longer called a Termite Assault Drill, it's just called Termite. Into heavy transports, we have the Land Raider Carrier. Not liking the name change, to be honest. The Spartan, again, these don't feel right. That is a Land Raider Spartan. It is a Land Raider Proteus Carrier. These are, I don't know, they just feel weird to me. You know, it'd be like taking the Carbidus Assault Claw and just calling it Assault Claw. The names, giving them the proper names, give them flavour. But yes, Spartan, Dreadnought drop pods, Dreadclaws, Dreadcore drop pod. I'm having a strong call of Bondulance. Onto the recon section, we have the Reconnaissance Squad, the Sabre, the Outriders, the Land Raider Explorator, and the Tarantula batteries. So, we could be having an awful lot of Land Raiders. I do hope the Explorator has got some more interesting options. If you've looked at the second edition army list for Mechanicum, they actually have a Mechanicum Land Raider in their legends, and it is exactly what I want. It can take plasma cannon sponsons, bolter sponsons, grav sponsons, all sorts of weird and wonderful weapons, and I'm like, just pick it up and move it to the Marines. That's all I want. Into the fast attack, we have the Xiphon, the Storm Eagle, the Fire Raptor, the Scimitar jet bikes, the Javelin, and one of my favourites, the classic Proteus land speeders, have survived. Bit strange to see the Storm Eagle in there. I would have thought the Storm Eagle would go up into the heavy transport slot. That seems like it would be a better place for it. And honestly, I think possibly the Fire Raptor should have gone into the support slot. Maybe. On to page 2. Page 2 shows us the armour section. The Predator has been brought into one choice, as has the Sikaran. So you now have the Sikaran and the Sikaran Venator, rather than having 6 variants, I think it was. The Kratos Assault Tank, the Vindicator. I can't talk or read. Now we have the Scorpius Missile Tank and the Aquator Bombard, so we've lost the Whirlwind, but that's okay. The Cerberus Heavy Tank Destroyer and Typhon are both still there, and we have the Glaive, Felbade and Falchion for the heavy weapons, or super heavy weapons. The Thunderhawk Gunship and Sokar Stormbird both have survived, and the Mastodon Super Heavy Assault Transport. She's a big boy. Then we go into each of the legions specifically, and this is just the Loyalists. So, Dark Angels, Lionel Johnson, Corswain, Marduk Sidoras, the Deathwing Companions, the Dreadwing Interemptors, and the Inner Circle Knights Cenobium. To the White Scars, Jagatai Khan, Quinzar, Hibu Khan, the Stormseer, the Golden Keshig, the Ebon Keshig, and the Kazagan Assault Speeder. To the Space Wolves, the Leman Russ himself, Hoal Redblade, Gygor Fell-Handed, the Caster of Runes, the Wolfkin of Russ, the comically sculpted Vagarar Wolfguard Terminators, the Deathsworn, and the Grey Slayers. So that's good to see them all there. To the Imperial Fists, we have Rogaldorn, Sigismund, Fafnir Ran, which is interesting because Fafnir Ran is a Black Library model, so it's good to see that he's now like a mainline model. He's actually part of the range, and he's in the main book. Ivan Degarius, Camber Diaz, still waiting on his model. Alexis Pollux, the Templar Brethren, don't have models at the moment. Where are they gone? The Phalanx Warder Squad, again, also missing in action. Mr. Potter. I actually don't know what's going on with me at the moment. Seriously, I've started picking up my microphone and holding it closer to my face, and my whole persona on these videos has changed. What is going on with me? On to the Blood Angels, Sanguinius, Chapter Master Ralderon, Dominion Zephon, echoing as what I just said about Fafnir Ran, Astacrone, the Crimson Paladins, the Dawnbreaker Cohort, the Angel's Tears, and the Contemptor Incandius Dreadnought. Glad to see him there. The Iron Hands, Ferrus Manus, Shadrach Medusan, the Iron Father, the Gorgon Terminator Squad, and the Medusan Immortal Squad. Fantastic. Love to see it. I have a 10-man Gorgon Terminator Squad already painted. I didn't want to lose them. But I have just realised that the Forge Lord I've made for my Iron Warriors is now worthless. Wonderful. The Ultramarines. Grabuti Gilliman, Remus Ventanus, the Invictus Suzerain Squad, the Praetorian Breaches. They have lost the Fulmentarus Terminators. I am really disappointed. The Salamanders with Vulcan, their Fire Drake Terminators and Pyroclasts, the Raven Guard, Corvus Corax, Cadus Nex, his Mordathans, and the Dark Furies. Now, it really does show just how little some of these guys are actually getting, and how much, like, the Space Wolves get, for example. Like, the Imperial Fist, sure, they get a lot, so do the Blood Angels, but yeah, there are some, and surprisingly, I didn't think the Ultramarines would be such a small part of this. I'm a little disappointed with these rules, to be honest. If I'm going to be brutally honest, I think some of them are, yeah, just a bit naff. So, yes, no destroyers. No destroyers with assault packs. The Imperial Fists don't have their special heavy weapons character, the Castellan, I think it was. I'm just trying to remember them all off by the top of my head, really. Ironfather's still there. The... Oh, Pathfinder is gone. Is the Vigilator still here? Yeah, Vigilator's still here. It's very weird, isn't it? Like, I mean, I get, we'll probably get to see them, and I'm sure they'll be in other books, and they might be in other places, and I'm sure some of them will be like, oh yeah, you buy a Centurion and you can upgrade them to be this or something. Where's my Mortificator? I want to be able to take a Mortificator. He gives me fun things with Dreadnoughts. Wait, is there even oh yeah, I thought the Herald wasn't in here. It's a little annoying. Maybe it's just a silly kind of no rules thing. And if that's the case, I hate it. I mean, there's technically no Centurion and Terminator armor yet. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. This is going to be a weird one. Pre-orders next week, or this weekend, with a release of the 26th, I believe. And we're looking at about 170, I think it was. 170, 180 from third-party retailers. So if you are looking at picking up this box set, or the books, or anything else, I'll always recommend going to Element Games and using code JAM737 to double your reward points. And big purchases like that, they get you a lot of points, You can end up getting yourself a couple of paints, something for free. So it's always worth it, Brand loyalty. Anyway, guys, drop a comment down below if you want to have a conversation. I always enjoy interacting with you guys. And thank you very much for all your support. As always, my name is Bando. This is Brexit Bando. If you don't like the fact that I seem to be getting far more hyper holding the microphone here, I will definitely move it. But if you enjoy it, let me know. Alright, bye-bye.